Right. So part of the reason, I mean, the main reason my other account got shut down at 150,000 followers was for talking about two things, narcissism and fascism. Now, I've been talking about narcissism for the perspective of an adult child of narcissistic parents for a long time. And the problem, the secondary problem to narcissism is the conversation about narcissism online. That is mythologizing narcissists instead of pathologizing them. They're being mythologized by the walking oxymorons called the self-aware narcissist. Narcissists can't have self-awareness. It's quite literally like saying I'm a paralyzed person who can walk. Acquiring self-awareness would break the diagnosis of NPD. Those people are literally insane. So what we've done is take one of the biggest problems in the world, narcissism, which is also fascism, which is also racism in different contexts, and made it about women who can't choose good boyfriends, right? And so this is doing real damage because what they're talking about, these self-aware narcissists, narcissism is essentially colonization of perspective. It's somebody who is completely incapable of recognizing other people's perspective, completely incapable of operating on anything but their own needs, and completely incapable of telling the honest truth, right? When they talk about gaslighting and love bombing, what they're talking about is a narcissist trying to describe reality from their disordered perspective. The conversation by angry exes about narcissism online is quite literally the most ableist conversation on the internet right now. It's ableist because they're prescribing all of these things with intent that narcissists do with compulsion. So while the self-aware narcissists embarrass themselves every day and muddy the waters on narcissism, Donald Trump is a bona fide narcissistic sociopath. All the narcissism experts, all the actual people willing to talk about narcissism and not just selling a product of victimhood to angry women and perpetual victimhood female narcissists, used Donald Trump to describe narcissism for literally 4 years. So it's all backwards. The problem with narcissism is in parental-child relationships and in disordered people in places of power, be it government structures, corporate structures, educational structures, whatever. Dating a narcissist is literally the easiest context to get rid of them. You find the door and you walk through it, right? So what we need to do is begin discussing narcissism for what it is, which is to say a product of white supremacy and colonization. Narcissism is fascism and racism. Racism and fascism are narcissism in social and political contexts. So yeah, they are devoid of personality. They have masks. That's why Donald Trump, watching that outtake was so interesting, because Donald Trump has a series of masks. His entire public persona is a conscious mask, and then his entire interpersonal persona is a whole different mask. And we watched him managing both of them. So let's focus on the real issues here, which is narcissism in a broader context, because it's literally fascism and racism, and stop allowing the self-aware narcissist to gaslight and lie and mythologize instead of pathologize what is the most consequential mental health problem on the planet: NPD, disordered people.